Hey everyone, we've got some news from Witchbrook, some good and some bad. First, for the bad, I'll say it right away. Witchbrook release was pushed back to 2026. That is quite unfortunate since most of us have been waiting for the game for 8 years now. But it seems like the development is progressing well. They do update us now quite frequently and consistently with a small snippets of the game, so I'm pretty confident that it will definitely release in 2026. I imagine early 2026 we should be getting Witchbrook final release. The good news is that they shared a full detailed map of the Witchbrook world, and if you have seen my other videos, I have already tried to piece together the entire map, which I'll show here as well because it's super in detail, but they haven't released and showcased all of the areas of the map yet because the map is insanely huge. So I'm gonna show you the map now, but they also attached a little description which I'll read for you while I travel around the map for you to see. Okay, so their text was the following. Whether it's hiking through the peaceful green trails of Shadhollow Forest, this place here, with its concealed paths and ancient secrets, or breathing the salty sea breeze on the golden beaches of the Parasol Sands, this place here, Mossport is full of natural beauty and diverse locations, often home to festivals and markets, like the Spring Festival. Mossport's High Street, around here, is lively heart of the city, with shops to browse, delicacies to sample, and friendly faces to meet. While the student village, right there, buzzes with energy beneath the grand facades of the Witchbrook College, housing a lively community of young witches. When you need to step back, Shadbrook Cottage and its verdant garden offer a quiet retreat to transform how you see fit. Just down the lane, you'll find peaceful farmlands. We're here again. And even a secluded spot to fish along the winding river. Each area connects naturally to the next, creating a world that feels lived in, warm, and ready for you to explore. So their little description is quite cool. I think it shows a little bit of the world and also mentions the areas that we've already seen. But there are many secrets hidden in this map, which I want to show you. So first, let's check out all of the tagged locations. As you can see here, I'm completely zoomed out. And again, we have the Shadhollow Forest. We haven't actually seen any other screenshots of this area yet. I can click here to see the full picture for you. And it looks very cozy. It certainly looks like there are many hidden paths and hidden ruins and areas to explore. Very excited about this, especially because this entire colored area is playable. So everything you see here is playable area. I'm very curious about this little trail that leads you to a mountain, I suppose, with even more forests with different kinds of trees. Very curious about what's hidden in here. We have a little pond there, another there. We also seem to have a water wheel cabin in the corner. And as you can see, the trail gets hidden beneath all of the trees. So it's going to be quite a dense forest. When the forest ends, which seems to be a little bit of a cliff, like a little bit higher than the level of the ground, we have our Shadbrook Cottage, and this is our house. We can decorate our house however we want. So you can change the location of all of the furniture, change the color of things, cut flowers, remove flowers, do whatever you want. This is your home to decorate. As you can see, there is a little island here. We don't know if we can like ride a boat or walk on the water to reach this island. I'm not sure if we can reach this island, but they did mention that this is all playable area. So I imagine there is a way to reach that island there. We also have here 2 paths from our cottage. One path takes us to the farmlands, which also takes you to the forest and the college. And we also have a path that takes you in direction of the beach, which is south. So here, as we go south, we can find this weird natural pool area. And from there, you can walk along the beach. Also note how there is like a cave in here. I imagine we can enter this cave to explore. And you can continue walking towards south to reach the city and the beach docks area. So here you can find the Parasol Sands, which looks pretty cute. I don't think we've seen this screenshot either. I think this is also new. We have the Whitecap Esplanade, which is the main high streets that connect everything. Then we have Hannah's apartment, which is on top of the Calico shop. I tried to click to open, but it's not opening. But we've seen this already multiple times in multiple different trailers. And we have multiple houses and shops, and all of those should be interactable. Like we can enter all of these shops and go in there. Then we have this area here, which I imagine is a little restaurant and a road that ends nowhere. I guess this will be just like an invisible wall. We have a boat here. Maybe that's the boat that we take to get to the islands. Docks area, a bridge above the ocean, which I hope this is one of those bridges that like goes up to let the boats cross. Then we have multiple different shops and buildings available to explore. As you can see, there is like a big mansion here, and I think this is the mansion that showed up on the trailer as well, with one of the dark characters that everyone is interested on, that kind of looks like Silos from Love and Deep Space. Then we have here the farmlands, and the farmlands are in between the college and the city, and that's where some of the festivals will happen, but not necessarily all. This is the Spring Festival, which we have had a sneak peek already during the trailers. And to the left side, there is even more farmlands here between the cottage and the farmlands. If you go from the city and cross the farm, you will get to the Witchbrook College area, and we've seen a lot of this already. These houses here are the student villages, and here we have the tea making class. Already seen this on the trailers. I thought it was related to like herbalists and like healing, but I didn't think it was specifically tea, which is quite interesting. So we're gonna have a tea making class, and here we have the arcane arts room. So I've got that right as well on my first video analyzing the trailer. We have an arcane arts room where we're gonna learn rituals and things. And then we have the entrance to the Witchbrook College. We also seen a lot about this area on the trailers. Then we have this hallway, which is almost like a bridge, because if you haven't watched my other videos, these buildings are all multiple floors tall. So there is actually another room beneath this one, and may have another one above this one. So the buildings are actually quite large inside, because you can go like up and down, and this whole floor will just get invisible when you get there. As you can see here, there's something beneath. You can actually cross this door and access the room below, which is super cool. It's gonna be really fun to explore. Then we have the lecture theater, and I guess this is just like a generic classroom. Maybe we'll have class here. I don't know how much of the classes we need to attend. I think that will be quite interesting if they share more about the actual school and studying gameplay, but we've seen this room as well on the trailers. We have a little bit of water inside there, more water from the ponds, and what's really cool is that there are two big areas that we've never seen anything about. They've never shared a singular screenshot about these areas. First is this purple forest. We have not seen this at all. I'm very curious to explore here. And as you can see, the trees are all blue and purple, which is, you know, if it wasn't obvious, it's basically my favorite color combination. And there are also multiple paths hidden beneath the trees and the big ponds there as well. I'm very interested in this area. Why is it so like weird, you know? I hope they have like some story going on here. We also have a waterfall with another pond and a bridge. So I imagine that must be something to do around here. And if you follow the trail, you will get to a second area that not only has like a hidden beach, almost a bit of a sandy area in front of the pond, but you also have this whole area here with a little house and what looks like a graveyard. At least to me, it looks like a graveyard, but I'm not sure if that's the case. Maybe it's just like a little village with tiny, tiny houses. But it has a lot of stairs everywhere. So it seems like it's quite a pretty area. It's giving Studio Ghibli for me, but I'm very excited to see more and what we do here exactly. And then below we have, again, the city. So very excited to see all of that. The map is absolutely massive. We can zoom in so you can see like how big these are. Like this is just one singular cabin. And even at the maximum zoom, it's still a tiny icon. So I can only imagine how big the map is going to be. And that's not considering the multiple floors in many buildings like I was talking about earlier. So I'm going to show you now the map that I put together, just so we can have like a comparison of like how big this is going to be. Okay, I've opened it up. It's on my Figma, and as you can see, it's not fully perfect, but it is attached. It looks weird because what I did is I screenshotted multiple trailers, like every single frame of every single trailer, and put everything together to make up the map. But as you can see here, like all of this here is just one singular street on the mini map. So this map is going to be proper huge. And then here we have a little bit about the Witchbrook College. So this is the road that takes us to the Shadbrook Cottage. So that is the road that connects college to cottage. So I'll screenshot here. So this is what the map looks like, right? This road here that we're looking at, this entire part, it's simply just this piece here. Let me crop it so we have a proper look. So from the entire map, all of this is the same thing as this, right? As you can see, there is a round structure here. It's this round structure here. And this statue is right here on this wall. And when you exit this street, you're gonna go to a dirt path that takes you to the cottage. So yeah, around 1 square of the map represents, I guess, 4 screens in game. So that's kind of like just so you have an idea of how large the map is and what's the overall size of each area. And yeah, I think that's it for the news for Witchbrook. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you think. Have you found anything else interesting on the minimap that I overlooked? And how are you feeling about it being pushed back? I guess, you know, it's a little bit upsetting, but I imagine it's just gonna be a few more months of wait compared to all of the years that we've been waiting. It's fine, I guess. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to all of the members and patrons who support the channel and make these videos possible. And see you on the next one.
Ryan Little.